What you are about to hear is highly classified. Pay attention and listen at all times. And most importantly, remember, if you read a DC New 52 comic, your head may just explode. But at least you'd still get more out of it than DC Comics gave us at Comic-Con. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now entering Zone 4. And welcome back to the Zone. I'm Brant Fowler.
I'm John Wilson.
I'm Chris Ventura.
And I'm Mike Ventura.
And this is episode 280 of your weekly, I'm not going to say Friday Night Light, don't worry, your weekly, one-stop shop for all your comic and comic-related news and discussion and comic reviews and all that good stuff that we do each and every week. So,
otherwise known as Zone 4.
Exactly, Zone 4. Thank you for adding that, because I totally forgot.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to toss it in or not.
Yeah, I was like,
People may think they came up on a cooking show or something.
Exactly, right? But yes, this is Zone 4, episode 280, 20 away from 300, getting closer and closer each and every week. That's kind of how that works. Math, folks. But San Diego Comic-Con is in our rear view window. So that is going to be our main topic of discussion. But before we get to that, we should mention that we are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us each and every week on comicspodcasts.com, as well as Hall of Toys, and eventually Chris's podcast, maybe too.
What do you mean, maybe? Well, I don't like the way you say maybe too. Uh-oh.
But several other comic-related podcasts are over there, and that network, that network has tons of other shows to fulfill all your comic listening needs. So check it out, comicspodcasts.com. All right, so we were scheduled to have another cast member joining us tonight. John, what happened to Mr. Frank Rayner?
Well, there are conflicting reports. One, I heard that he made a last-minute trip to San Diego and died from a comic-gasm.
Okay.
I also heard, very believable, if one has ever been out to San Diego, which I have not yet, but maybe someday before I go toes up. Also heard that he actually sat down and read one of the New 52 books that we told him to read, and his brain exploded.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened. Other than that, the only other thing I heard was a small band of Girl Scouts mobbed him when he tried to take one too many cookies.
That's very believable as well.
That's very believable. All very plausible things. You decide which one you prefer, and save the other two for next time someone else is missing.
There you go.
Indulgences go out to Frank.
Yes, whatever happened to you, Frank, you are in our hearts, our brains, and somewhere just left of our kidneys.
There you go. But Mike Ventura graciously decided to step in, so thanks, Mike.
It's an honor to be here and a pleasure, and it's awesome.
A surprise.
Yeah. What do you mean a surprise? I mean, I would like to be on Zone 4 once in a while. It's awesome.
It was a last-minute addition. You're like the B team. I'm joking.
The C team.
The C team.
Well, hey, at least Brand was nice to say B team. You with the C.
Okay, fine. You're the M team.
We pulled him up from the minors.
Get it.
We could just kick Chris off one of these days and move Mike up.
We could do that.
Okay.
That's
You could, but Mike might disappear if that happens.
Oh, you wouldn't.
I did it once.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Whatever you say.
Is this an epic story reference that I'm missing?
Possibility.
Okay.
He went through a door, so that means he was traveling.
That's like the millionth time you said that.
That's what everybody thinks of.
It's old now. Think of something else I went through besides the door.
A garbage pail, a bush, a trash can.
And jumped off the ladder.
That's what
Now see, Chris.
Concrete floor with sticks, broken sticks. God knows how many sticks we've broken over the...
Chris, this is how you do it. You do it Uncle Phil style from Fresh Prince.
Okay.
What, you just replace your wife in the second season?
Ooh, that's an idea, John. Thank you.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, when he'd throw Jazzy Jeff out.
Oh, you mean when he goes, oh!
Ah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that part.
Oh, that works.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, man. That was good, though, John.
Thank you. I always thought whenever he threw Jeff out, it needed the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. But, I love that episode, though, you mentioned, John. I know it's a total sidetrack, but that is like one of my favorite scenes in a sitcom ever, because Jeff walks in and he's like talking to the new actress that plays the mom, and he's like, something's different about you, and Will just looks at the camera and breaks the fourth wall. This is like, yeah, man. But I love that scene. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving
like
on.
when they briefly changed Becky's on Roseanne.
Yeah, for a season.
For a season.
Whatever.
I always liked the first Becky, even though she was kind of more attitudey.
Some changes are good and some changes are really not so good. That's a lesson we should
ended
learn
up
from
on
this.
Scrubs, you know?
Yes,
Yeah, there
Scrubs
you go.
and How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I preferred her, actually. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Sarah Chalk.
Yep. All right, so we should dive into some San Diego Comic-Con news because it is topic time.
Topic time. It's topic time. Headline edition.
Topic time.
Wee.
Epic topic time.
Ever.
There's some bacon in there somewhere.
Ooh, bacon.
Bacon
Yes.
topic time?
Yeah. Hey, we need to do that. I mean, this
Extravaganza?
is... Yeah. We should just have a whole episode of bacon and comics. I don't know how...
I just saw somebody made a bacon mug for their coffee. They drank their coffee and then ate their mug. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody shared that on Zone 4's Facebook page, actually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't buy me one?
Yep. They made it, drank from it, and then ate it. Would you like came out of the other end?
I don't think I want to know.
Is it still in cup shape?
It could be an ice cream shape.
They just swallowed it whole.
Yeah. Like a Sharknado. Just swallowed it whole, chainsaw your way out. There you go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there was a Sharknado 2 premiere.
Yes, there was.
Oh, God, I didn't watch
Last
it.
night.
It will be the topic of this week's Media Madness on Comic Frontline, though.
Nice.
I did get the pop vinyl figure.
Oh, you did get it?
Yes.
Oh.
It should be here tomorrow.
Sweet.
And it sold out again, and it's now another $5 higher. Every day, a new $5.
Sharknado, the
Price gouging.
The trend that won't go away.
I mean, seriously, it's like a movie where sharks are floating. I mean,
it's sharks. Anybody loves sharks. Shark Week's coming up next month.
Yeah, but with a tornado, this isn't like Wizard of Oz. You know, where Dorothy's house went in the tornado and then
got ate by sharks.
Thing, and eaten by sharks. They copied Wizard of Oz.
I'm telling you though, I watched the first 30 minutes of the first one, and it is so. The appeal about it is it's one of those movies that's so incredibly stupid that you just have to watch to see how dumb they get. It's one of those. So
I just didn't bother.
Yeah,
and they get real dumb.
They get real dumb.
Actually, you two should be offended, Ventura Brothers, because in Sharknado 2, a New York City sewer alligator got taken out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So you should be offended that they think your alligators is so easy to get rid of. That they can just be taken out by a shark.
I'll have you all know our alligators can stand toe-to-toe with a shark for at least more than 5 minutes.
You're a shark fan. I thought you were on the shark side.
I love sharks.
So why
but
would
I
you
have to
defend
defend New York.
But you had to defend New York alligators.
Of course. Everybody loves alligators. Okay. Next, coming from Discovery Channel, Alligator Week.
Give me time.
Okay, so let's jump into the San Diego Comic-Con news. I've got a few headlines here in the agenda, but feel free to bring up any other topics from San Diego Comic-Con that you guys want to talk about. I just threw out certain stuff I knew we hadn't talked about on other shows and some stuff that I thought we should talk about. So, first up, what I have is Avengers Rage of Ultron, a new original graphic novel that is in continuity. They've been doing this recently. They did a Spider-Man one, an X-Men one. It's just, and somehow it ties in. It says it's going to have implications throughout the Avengers going forward.
Brent,
Yeah.
you missed the first one, which was the Avenger Cold War one.
Okay, I was just giving examples of ones.
No, I know you got them all except the Avengers. I thought I'd just throw them all in.
Okay, yeah, well, okay, Avengers as well. So they're getting a second one. What do you guys think about this, John?
So how are they going to, if it's supposed to be in continuity, how are they going to steer it from Hank Pym over to Iron Man being the cause of Ultron?
Well,
are they going to deal with that in the book, I wonder?
Well, it's in continuity with the comics, not with the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different story then.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's interesting that they're doing original graphic novels that are in continuity, because usually you'd see those out of continuity and just their own thing. But I know the Spider-Man one, I remember us talking about that on Frontline, how it tied in. I know you read it, Chris.
Yep.
Right? And how did that was kind of like it was its own story. It took place at a certain time, but some elements of it tied into the main stuff. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't know what time period this is fitting into.
Well, it's its own story, but at the same time, it doesn't have like a direct connection.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Hawkeye's costume,
yeah,
I'm thinking it's probably earlier.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Because he's wearing kind of the classic costume, so.
Right. Let's see, I didn't open the second link. Maybe that'll give me more details.
Although Cap's wearing the thing with the little pockets on his belt there, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Thank God they got rid of the thing that was on his chest. Remember that thing that looked like a TV set on Captain America's chest happened?
That was the Rick Remender. Yeah, that was.
I know.
What's going on.
Thank God that they got rid of that. Because that was just like saying, hey, let's have a TV dinner with Captain America and just watch what's going on there. We don't need any antennas or anything to put on his head. Let's just watch it from there.
Okay.
Make sure you're
yeah, this says it's going to have long-reaching effects for Ultron, Titan, and Thanos. So that could be interesting. But obviously, I mean, they're timing this with the release of the new Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So it's coming out in April 2015. Avengers 2 comes out in May. So clever marketing there, and the art. Of course. Yeah, I think the art looks really nice.
Oh, the art's pretty cool. It's kind of harkening back, although, like I said, I already spotted the one continuity error there, and then how exactly Cap takes off Ultron's head with his shield. That's kind of a new one. That's never worked before.
No. Maybe it's a inferior version of Ultron.
Must be. I mean, he is plugged in, apparently.
Yeah.
And we do have Beast there, too, so this has got to be older. Because this is definitely Blue Fur pre-transformation Beast, so...
Oh, yeah.
So it must be, our time, 80s, 90s, and Marvel time, 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Right.
But...
yeah. Well, in Marvel, there is no continuity anymore, so it technically could take place anytime.
Well, they time travel all the time, go figure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got
because we had an awkward silence here. I'm like, I
apologize.
Strikes them, they do.
I got an email from our missing pal, so I was reading it. So we may have a fifth member joining us.
We may have a fifth person.
Fifth member.
So we'll see. I'm gonna keep emailing him back, see if he still wants to come on, and we'll go from there. But yeah. So we'll talk more about the Avengers in a bit. But moving. Well, and we'll go ahead and talk about Avengers: Age of Ultron though. They didn't give us much, but I understand that at the panel at Comic-Con they showed some footage, the first footage of Ultron, so hopefully that'll be available for us to see, soon. But the fans in attendance went wild for the visuals, so hopefully it's going to be really cool.
Well, they did show us that. I guess you'd call it a trailer with the Iron Man helmet getting morphed into an Ultron head.
Oh yeah, that's true. And all this time I was thinking Ant-Man came out before Avengers, and it doesn't. It comes out after.
No, it comes out later.
So I correct myself on here. I was thinking Avengers 2 came out in August for some reason.
Yeah, actually, that was some weird news that I don't think is on your list.
Okay.
For people who don't know, Evangeline Lilly, who was on Lost and other things, I assume, but the only thing I've ever seen her on is Lost.
That's the only thing I've ever seen her on.
Is going to be playing Hope Pym.
Yes.
The daughter of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, or Janet Van Dyne Pym, or whatever. I don't know how they're going to play that out.
Right.
But there's supposedly some nefarious aspect of her mother not being there.
Oh, I didn't hear this part.
Yeah, how they didn't really specify, but they said that you will learn the fate of Janet Van Dyne. For people who don't know the Wasp,
right?
1/5 of the original Avengers. You'll find out what her fate is. So that phrasing means to me she's dead.
Oh man.
So I don't know. I could be off, but they might have killed her off in this because it would explain why Hank Pym would be grumpy and irascible and all this other stuff. And Kevin Feige, in a different story, said they are avoiding like the plague the whole abusive Hank Pym thing.
Very smart.
There will be no slapping in this movie, at least not of wives.
Very, very smart.
Yeah, he said. Actually, he phrased it. Or the story phrased it just like Iron Man's alcoholism.
Yeah.
We're kind of giving this a wide berth here because.
Yeah, but they did touch on it.
They touched on it a little bit, but, it's like, it's not, you want the heroes to be someone you can root for, so nobody wants to root for wife beater.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're leaving that whole batch of stuff out.
Yeah, they cut Iron Man's down to one scene. His whole alcoholism. It was one night that he just went wrong.
Yeah, and the next morning, fine.
Yep.
Everything's perfect.
Frank tells me, dude, I don't know what's going on. Then my phone has been acting a little weird because I am sitting right here. So
that's odd.
Well, then, Frank, get your phone working and start talking.
Oh, I know how it feels. So I've been having phone issues too. So.
Yeah. Nope, it still won't go through. So I guess we're doing it.
Oh well, stay lucky.
Remember a chant you did like one time when we did the Punisher X movies, and you went Frank.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was on Brooklyn Boys 13. That.
I like the end, the blooper.
Oh, the ending blooper, yeah.
Yeah.
The Punisher X on Brooklyn Boys 13. You can watch all 8 episodes I did about a year or so ago. So check it out.
Cool.
Just a little advertisement.
Yeah. Sure, Michael. Why not?
It's an advertisement for a year-old show.
Yeah. You get a chance to talk about all kinds of stuff later on.
Okie dokie.
But anything else about Avengers 2? Anybody wants to mention? Personally, I think it's cool that they're doing the Yellow Jacket thing because that gives me a little bit of hope because we're going to see the battle between Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, even though technically we won't get into that. But
yeah.
Wait,
if that actually spoils people, they're probably not comics people to begin with.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But our listeners are comic people, so they probably know that anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it's interesting. I like the actor playing the Yellow Jacket, Corey Stoll.
Yeah, which is, it's weird because I really thought they were going to go Yellow Jacket being, Michael Douglas, kind of pull an Iron Man, Ironmonger sort of thing again.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
And have the two of them battle.
Yeah. Do you guys, Mike, do you think, I know we talked about this on the live show too, but do you think Hope Pym is going to become Wasp in this movie, or do you think it's going to be a future movie if it gets a sequel, or what?
Well, I think it might be a future movie because it might be a little bit too soon because First of all, I think that they should do first a origin movie, like they did with the other characters, so we get a better understanding of, where the character's from and all that other stuff. But I think in a movie way, I think I would prefer that to happen for future movies, just so we could get a better understanding of the character, as well as anything else. I mean, if they want to do early, that's fine, but that's just what I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I would tend to agree with that. John, what do you think?
Well, first, is Paul Rudd playing Scott Lang, or
yes.
is he playing the other one? Okay.
He's playing Lang.
Yeah, okay, so I think Mike is right. They'll probably wait, because that's too much, that's kind of popping in too many brand new characters on people's, on non-comic people's plates right off the bat.
Yep.
I think they'll do an Ant-Man movie first, and then I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if it does well enough to make a sequel, that they not only pull out Wasp, but they might also pull out Stature.
Ah, okay.
Scott Lang's
Lang,
kid,
yeah.
Cassie Lang.
Right.
It might turn out that, Ant-Man's in trouble, blah, 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 let's go help, and they end up doing it together.
Yeah.
I could see that, but I'd be real surprised if they're going to do anything more than establish Ant-Man in this movie.
Yeah, and, I don't know if I want Ant-Man and Wasp to move over to the Avengers. I don't know. That might completely overcrowd it, especially with Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye now. But obviously we don't know what's going to happen to all those characters. With Chris Evans taking time off and, what's going to happen with the Avengers movies.
It could drift to that new, it could drift to the era when there weren't that many of the founders around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember chronologically when that was, but I can't. But, when it was only, say, maybe Cap is leaving, but maybe Iron Man or Thor would be around, and then you'd have, these other folks. Yeah. By then, we should have established a Black Panther movie.
Maybe, yeah.
By the time I think they put out the list, and I think at the bottom of the list was Avengers 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if you count all the characters they're establishing in between, you've got Black Panther, you've got Doctor Strange, you've got Ant-Man, and I can't think of who else there was, but. That'd definitely be a way to go to mix it up. Plus, they're adding Vision.
Yeah.
In this movie, so it could be, it could be very much a Vision, Scarlet Witch sort of movie.
Yeah.
And Black Panther taking over the more statistician part from Cap, maybe. Or by that time, they may have even rolled it into Falcon being Cap.
Yeah. Probably.
So, yeah, they probably will by then. So, which I really would have rather they went Bucky Cap first.
Me too.
Winter Soldier Cap. And then go to Falcon Cap. But, I guess it depends how close they want to stay with the comics and with their attempt to create diversity, I guess, is the nicest way to put it.
Yeah, agreed. Chris?
I'm excited for we're talking about the movie and the wave, right?
Yeah, all that stuff we just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. Okay. Ant-Man, I'm not too excited for personally because I don't have any preference to Ant-Man per se. So I will watch it, but I'm not going into it going, oh my god, I love Ant-Man or anything. And they're not really doing too much with him right now in the Marvel Universe either. His comic series was actually canceled, the Avengers AI.
Yeah.
So, as far as that, not too concerned. When it comes to Avengers 2, I'm very excited for it. I don't think that they're going to go the Falcon route, though, for Cap 3. If Cap leaves, I think they'll go with Bucky Cap first.
Because, respectively, he was second runner-up from Captain America.
I believe he was.
Falcon.
Yeah.
It would make a lot of sense, though, with the comics.
Yeah. I mean, with them given Falcon the cap in the comics now, I think they're wanting to create some kind of unity with that. And
Right.
it's
Not too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're going that route.
It would suck though, because think about I would love to see the Bucky Cap costume in a movie at least just once, you know.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, I think where we left off with Bucky at the end of Cap 2, I don't think he's ready for that transition yet either. So
True. So maybe it'll be after Falcon Cap. You never know, or during. You know, have like a fight between the two of them. Be Cap.
There is character development. Maybe there could be a little bit more added to that for Bucky to be Captain America.
My concern is Robert Downey Jr. I mean, he said he'll come back, but obviously he's going to want more money. And Marvel, though they haven't talked openly about it, but Marvel already said that they're giving him way too much money. So
it's a perfect Iron Man. This guy.
I know, but he's a little greedy also. He wants more money. But, I mean, he knows he's good. That's why he wants more.
Yeah. I mean, he gets a piece of every movie he's in. So, I mean, off the back end, too, not on top of his regular payment for the movie.
Right.
Because he worked out a brilliant deal for himself.
Well,
yeah. Smart man.
Would you want a new Iron Man, or would you want to keep Robert?
Honestly, I like him in the role. He's perfect for it. I can't imagine just some other actor coming in and taking over. I think I'd rather see like Iron Man just hang up the armor, or transition into over to a War Machine, which we already have with Iron Patriot. So
right.
I don't know.
I agree.
John?
Yeah, that would be a potential way to go. They could have. I suppose they could either A, have him finally succumb to alcoholism, or B, now with that ridiculous crippling insecurity storyline that they established in 3, if they continue that vein, to the point that he's not an effective Iron Man anymore, they could do it where they just switch it over to, Iron Patriot, even though I would hope he would reclaim War Machine at that point. Yeah. And then I was also thinking that they could have it both ways. They could have Falcon Cap in the Avengers and then just have Bucky there as a defected Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
And, in some way, and I was thinking, potentially Black Widow went off to, find new identities, refine herself, whatever.
Yeah.
She could essentially do what they did in some of the other comics and hook up with Bucky.
Yeah.
And, he was already turned to the good by that point, but they could twist the story to say that Natasha turned him to the good.
Yeah.
And brought him into the Avengers, and then, of course, that would create a love triangle with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So that would be a nice little bit of tension there. If you have Natasha with Winter Soldier, but she still has feelings for Hawkeye, and of course Hawkeye has feelings for her. So
and they could actually play up, following off of that, they could play up a Cap U.S. agent kind of thing with Hawkeye.
That's true too, yeah. And there's a lot of ways they could definitely spin it if they wanted to go that way.
Yeah, because I remember back in the 90s they did that whole Galactic Storm thing, and there was all this tension between Hawkeye and U.S. agent, who was Cap's favorite and that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
If they did that, not that transparent, but if they use seeds of that kind of jealousy between the two, is what I was getting at, between Bucky and Hawkeye.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely work.
Yeah.
And they could always make Bucky U.S. agent, although that'd be kind of ruining Bucky.
Yeah.
U.S. agent is such a crap character, but...
Right.
I wish they would, Marvel Studios somehow should buy out every single contract that Marvel gave away, like Spider-Man to Sony and all these, and like that. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about how bad the potential for Fantastic Four is going to be. Just buy them out. I mean, you got Disney money. Buy back all your franchises so you could just stick everything in the Avengers world and build out from there.
I think if this is just me trying to think broadly. I think if they didn't have so much going on with their own Avengers universe with those films and have such a full plate with all of those, that they might. But at the same time, even though Sony and Fox are making money, Marvel's still making money from those films.
Oh yes, of course. They get a percentage of it still. Yeah.
So it's like, these are still making money. We're still making tons of money with our own movies. Why rock the boat and bring more onto our plate? Because then we're going to have all these different franchises. We're going to have to, I don't know, it may just be a little bit too soon for them to even worry about it.
Well, I'll say this. With Guardians of the Galaxy, I hope that they focus a little bit more on their cosmic side when it comes to movies. I mean, I know that Guardians of the Galaxy is going to play in a little bit probably to Avengers at some point, but I would love to see some more stuff from, outer space. Get some more characters.
Well, there's more comics in space rather than movies.
Their comics are very much more out of space now. Inhumans. I would love to see an Inhuman movie.
Because we had Punisher in space. We had Original Sin with a Watcher.
I'm talking about movies, Mike. I'm saying I would love to see some galactic
I'm
movies.
only giving examples from a comic book that should be in a movie.
Yeah. Actually, I think Inhumans is one of the movies that's slated to come out with a new batch.
Oh, sweet.
Well, there you go. See?
I think so. If I'm remembering the list correctly, I think it might be. Well, honestly, with the plan that they have for Fantastic Four, they may have to just take it back from Sony just for the fact that it's going to really mess up the franchise.
That's what my thoughts on that.
Well, my thoughts on, as bad as the casting was, which is one problem, they just recently, the actor that's playing the Human Torch, recently let loose some comments that are going to cause real problems for the Fantastic Four movie. I don't know if you all saw this or not, but the way he put it is they're not superheroes.
Yes, I heard this. I know.
Yeah. They are people with disabilities that they're trying to overcome.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Why are they going this direction, man?
I have no idea, and...
So what are they going to be called? Snowbodies?
I don't know what they're going to be called.
Well, the disabilities are their powers.
Yeah, the disabilities are the supposed powers, but...
But it's still superhero-like. I mean, you just can't call
them... No, they're teenagers, apparently. They're going to be teenagers or young adults. And
they're all young.
Yeah, they're all young.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Or young-looking, rather.
The whole movie... And I think somebody was saying that the director is trying to make a sequel to another movie which he did that failed.
Oh, my God.
It didn't really fail. I wouldn't say it failed. Chronicle you're talking about?
Chronicle didn't fail, did it? It
no.
did fairly well, didn't it?
No, Chronicle. Maybe the person just thought it failed, but no, Chronicle didn't fail. Maybe you're just looking for a sequel to that, though.
Well, they all had the same powers anyway, but
but it is the same. I think they only said that because it's the same director and the same lead actor, which was Michael B. Jordan, who's playing Human Torch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So.
I don't know. He also did say, John, I don't know if you saw that the director's kind of letting them do what they want while staying within his guidelines. So they're changing the movie as they're recording it. Or they're adding stuff.
That always works well.
Yeah, that always works really well with a movie, to be changing it and fiddling with it while it's being done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to...
This is why Marvel's going to end Fantastic Four's comic for a while, I think.
I'm still... Yeah. Oh, go ahead, John.
No, I was just going to say, speaking as someone who actually has disabilities, I'm a little offended by that assumption. I'd love to be able to catch fire and fly, as opposed to what I deal with from day to day. Right. So, yeah, it's a little out there. I mean, even as if I was trying to write this, writing superpowers as disabilities, that doesn't even make any sense.
No.
I mean, if the only way that would make sense is if, Sue Storm couldn't turn back from uninvisibility very easily.
Right.
If the thing was too heavy to move, with his rock hide, his legs couldn't propel him. If when Johnny Storm caught fire, he actually burned himself.
Yeah. Or if you're a mutant and you go through that whole route.
Yeah. And they can't, they could do them as mutants, but that would be throwing the whole
cosmic wave thing
away. So, I just don't understand how they're going to do this, because it's not making sense to me. The only way I can see to do this is to make these harmful to the people that have them, and then how do you get a story out of that?
Right.
I mean, if you're Human Torch, you get burned once, you don't turn on your power again.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Thing and you can't move because of your rock hide, you can't move. I mean, how do you fix that?
Yeah.
Giant wheelchair? Put him in an
iron
iron
how he goes
lung
to
or
the
something?
bathroom.
Yeah,
I don't think we should give them ideas.
Well, yeah, let's
Very
hope
good
they're not
point.
listening. They may write them into the script
Yeah.
if they're still fiddling with the script at this point. But yeah, it's just, it's not making a lot of sense to me, and it worries me a lot.
I am trying to reserve judgment until I see a trailer.
Yeah, me too, but
it's getting harder and harder to do that.
it is very hard. And, I was thinking today, thinking about Guardians, it's a real shame that not only that Sony took Silver Surfer, but that they kind of messed him up so badly.
Yeah.
In the Thing, because he would be a great addition to some sort of cosmic Marvel.
Oh, yes.
When Guardians does, as well as everybody thinks it's going to do, that'll hopefully open it up to dealing with Nova and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see some correlation between Nova and Thor, Silver Surfer, do the whole Annihilation thing in their own way. I think that would be fantastic.
It would be great, but, I don't think we can't see that with Surfer, obviously, for obvious reasons. Now, we might be able to see it with
Thor.
The others.
Yeah, you
Thor,
could mix Thor in there. That would be easy. And we're already getting the Nova Corps, so.
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Nova movie like Richard Rider, getting his powers, or I hope they go Richard Rider, not Sam Alexander, just because of I don't.
Yeah,
I really want to see a kid.
Even now, even reading, even reading Original Sin.
Yeah.
I'm just not that into Sam Alexander at all.
Really?
Yeah.
He's the one story that I really read with him. It's the one where he's going on about his father and we see Uatu's father and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It was cute, but there was nothing there. There's nothing to it. I think having a kid as Nova just doesn't work out.
It's the
They
main.
tried something different. They really did try something different.
The main series, the first 8, 9 issues, Chris, were really good, really solid. Really, it was just fun. It was a good, fun, cleaner comic. You just had all this. It was kind of classic, dealing with the family stuff, kind of a Spider-Man feel.
Yeah.
But then they took him cosmic, and it just didn't quite work as well with him.
Yeah, see, I think that's the problem. Nova's supposed to be a cosmic character.
Yeah.
Now, I know they're doing this with Nova because of the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
A lot. Because, you have the more kid-like Nova in there.
Sure.
You also have the more kid-like Luke Cage in there, too, but that's a different story. And then you're going to have Luke Cage on Netflix soon, and that's going to be a whole mix-up there. But I get the reason for doing it. I just don't think it's a good idea to do it. Because, once you get out in that cosmic stuff and the life or death sort of stuff, I really think this kid's going to crumble.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think they realize that too, and Richard Rider is coming back in Guardians of the Galaxy number 18.
Well,
we got
there
a
we
press
go.
release about that today, actually. So,
Yeah.
So we'll find out what happened to him with that whole Cancerverse thing and all that stuff. So, but then we'll have 2 Novas.
Well, there you go.
Ah.
And I'm sure the kid's either gonna lose his helmet or do something, or maybe Richard Rider will be Nova in space.
Yeah, I said to Chris on we were doing his podcast. I said maybe he'll become the new Supernova.
Which would be cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be different.
Yeah. So.
It'd be different, but it would give Marvel the excuse to make another comic.
Very true.
This
Then you
is
have
true. This
two
is
Nova
true.
comics.
Yeah,
But it'd
Nova and Supernova.
Yeah, Nova, Supernova, Guardians of the Galaxy. You got your cosmic cornerback. So
There you
Captain Marvel.
go. Was Captain Marvel back again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Wait.
it's Carol. She's Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay, that Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been for a while now.
Yeah. So.
Captain Marvel's really nice. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's not something that's like you gotta read it, you gotta love it, but it's nice. This time it's a lot better than the first volume of it.
Gotcha. But yeah, royalties to Zone 4 for any ideas that you guys pick from.
Yeah,
us.
indeed.
But let's move on.
We have it recorded, so don't steal from us.
Exactly. We've got some more Marvel stuff to talk about in a bit, but let's shift gears to Robert Kirkman. And I know that's a sore name with you, John, but Robert Kirkman, a couple of big things from Comic-Con. His new Image series, Outcast, that he does with Paul Azaceta, has been picked up by Cinemax for a TV adaptation, and they're filming a pilot. So I mean that's pretty big news for another TV show for Kirkman. And this book's only 2 issues are out so far.
Kirkman keeps making money. Skybound is going to be its own. He's going to break all of his comics away from Image and just put them all in Skybound.
Which would be a huge mistake.
Yeah, it's Top Cow tried the same thing. Wildstorm tried and then ended up selling to DC. So, that doesn't really work. All of those, Top Cow, Todd McFarlane, all folded right back into Image. And, yeah, that would be a mistake. I agree. Keeping it as an imprint and then doing his film stuff separately, I think, is the smarter way to go. But it's crazy to me. This at the time that this story broke, there was only 1 issue of the series out, and he gets it picked up. That's crazy.
That is very crazy.
What did you say, Chris?
I don't even read it.
I haven't read either issue yet either. So
I wonder if Cinemax is looking at this as like, this is the next Walking Dead for us,
Yeah, every time I hear Robert Kirkman, I think Walking Dead because I read that comic book, and he's a genius.
I think
Robert
about
Kirkman.
Invincible.
Invincible, that's another good one.
Walking Dead is his biggest thing that he's known for, so I understand that. Yeah.
I would have understood more if Invincible got picked up by a TV show.
It's superhero, though. Outcast is not. I don't know what Outcast is, but I know it's not superhero.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. The superhero stuff, I don't know, it's a little bit more risky, I think.
Yeah, it's a little harder to mainstream. I mean, even with, everything that's going on now.
Yeah, but unless it's Marvel and DC, DC superhero, it's really risky. Even if it is Kirkman. He's been trying to get Invincible picked up as a film for years before Walking Dead was the big hit.
Yeah, nobody's bit on that.
Yeah, so
I wonder if this, having not read the book, I don't know, but I wonder if this is going to be a Cinemax series or what we lovingly call Skinemax.
Interesting. I don't know what the series is about, so I can't really say either.
Yeah, if it's gonna have a heavy sex content, then it's gonna be Cinemax After Dark.
I don't think we want to go in the direction of 50 Shades of Grey on that.
You may not want to, but he might.
He might. Yeah.
We don't want to go there.
Might.
But he might. Yeah, you're right.
He might very well. Like I said, having not seen the series, I have no.
Yeah. It looks like it centers around some kind of demon possession kind of thing, so it's...
could go either way then.
Yeah. Being on Cinemax, I would not be surprised if there was nudity.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So, I think if Walking Dead was on Cinemax, there'd be nudity.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, and cursing.
Yeah. Well, there's cursing anyway on it. So.
Oh yeah, I've noticed a lot of channels have a lot of the cable channels have lessened their stranglehold on cursing a great deal.
Oh yeah, they've left and right they're okaying words here and there.
Yeah, I've noticed a few S words slip by on shows that it just seems odd that they're there.
Yeah, USA. There was a couple of shows I watched on USA, and I was watching about a year ago now, I guess, or several months ago, and that was like right after they okayed the S word.
Yeah.
And they were like slipping it into every scene they possibly could. I'm sure they have like a limit.
They could. Yeah.
And they hit all of them. Yeah, they're really trying to push it. But speaking of Kirkman, he's also producing a movie through Skybound. A movie called Air.
I was going to say he's not going to have any time to be doing any comics with all this going on.
Right. This is scheduled for spring 2015. It stars The Walking Dead's Norman Reedus. And
I saw the trailer. It was really good.
Yeah, it's basically there's no breathable air left on the planet, and they're all in a bunker. And Reedus is one of the janitorial or custodial people in charge of keeping them safe or whatever. So it's like, yeah.
Is he dead on Walking Dead?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is he going to pull double duty or something?
I would say he's probably filming them.
So Todd McFarlane. He's going to have like a ton of things that he's doing, but he's going to have different people doing.
No, I'd say he's filming Walking Dead now, and when Walking Dead gets closer to airing, he'll start filming Air. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah.
What about the comics?
Who, Kurtman for the comics?
Oh. Yeah, I dare say he's going to have to subcontract. It'll be his name on top, but he probably won't be doing a lot of the writing.
Yeah, I mean, he's only really writing 3 series.
Yeah.
And he's probably ahead on Invincible and Walking Dead, I would say.
You would think.
Had a good outline until the next 100.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he oversees the other Skybound titles, even though his name appears on a couple of them. I think it's, like John said, he's probably just there in name only.
Yeah.
Kind of like McFarlane does a lot.
Yeah, he'll run up and maybe he'll write like a special issue, if it gets like, I don't know how high Invincible is now, but say it's like Invincible 250. Mm-hmm. He'll run in and write that, but
yeah. So, okay, still staying with TV, Sam Raimi, known for, of course, the original Spider-Man trilogy plus the Evil Dead series and all that stuff, is writing Evil Dead for TV now. So.
And so is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's going to be starring.
He'll be in it, yeah.
Hail to the king, baby.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. I'm not a huge Evil Dead fan, so Chris.
I like the hue. That was Michael talking about.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was.
But I'm glad you asked because I was gonna say I love the humor. Michael, you saw. We have Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness. Which one did you see?
I saw, I think, the first one with the alternate ending when he was...
That's Army of Darkness.
In the future.
Okay, you saw Army of Darkness. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like Ash's humor. I like the whole, twisted... It's hard to explain Evil Dead or Army of Darkness if you're not familiar with it because it's something that's out there.
Right.
It's just out there, but it's so good.
It's like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
So.
I didn't agree with the whole tree raping thing in which it actually ended up in the remake, but it wasn't really tree raping. It was more of the weird. I didn't like the remake as much, but I don't know. Other than that one scene, the rest of the movie was hilarious or really good.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Campbell's awesome. I love him on Burn Notice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was saying that before. Yeah, he was good in Burn Notice. But every time you see Bruce Campbell, it's like saying, oh my God, he belongs in Army of Darkness, like in that category.
I watched one Bruce Campbell panel, and he didn't even do the panel. You know what he did? He hosted his own panel and put fans up and interviewed them.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, so I'm not going to get anything out of Bruce. Off.
You say like, hey, we're from this comic group channel, so
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
That would be
a host and interview me.
But I think it's cool though. I mean, Sam Raimi, famous Hollywood movie director, coming to TV, returning to the property that really put him on the map. So that's cool.
Yep.
Well, people would argue that Evil Dead is more of a B movie. A lot of people said, even Bruce Campbell being a B-list movie star.
Yeah, but it's got such a cult following that it kind of retro blew up in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of what most people know Raimi for, that in Spider-Man movies, and he's done a lot of TV before too. So I think he did a lot of the Xena and Hercules stuff, as a matter of fact.
Did he? I don't know that.
Yeah.
His company did. I mean,
well, yeah.
Pretty much anywhere that you saw his brother pop up,
yeah,
he probably had something to do with the show.
Right.
My concern about him, and referencing Burn Notice is a good thing for this, is Bruce Campbell's getting up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's definitely an older guy now, so I wonder how they're going to deal with that. I mean, he still runs around and does stuff on Burn Notice, but he's not going to, be taking on a group of 100 skeletons or anything like that. That's not going to be even close to believable. So
maybe it'll be kind of like a mentor thing. He starts off and the trouble hits him, and there's like a younger person there that he kind of has to bring in.
So they could go off the comic books, and in the recent issue, there's a tease that he's going to be a father. Could be his son.
Oh, we'll see. That's a good way to go too. So it'll be interesting to see whatever they do with it. Heading back into Marvel, unless you guys want to mention something else.
TV related?
Either way, yeah.
Well, TV related, there's the Arrow trailer, which was awesome. Did you see that yet?
I have. Did you get to see it, John?
I don't remember it.
Ra's al Ghul?
The one with Raish at the end of it. Yeah, I did see that. Okay.
I saw that.
I love that. That trailer definitely got me interested in checking out season 3 of Arrow.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the series, so I can't wait for that. I think it was really cool. And we know, I don't know if you heard this, John, but Wildcat, Ted Grant is going to be in.
Oh, yeah, I had heard about that. I was wondering how that's going to play out, because they've never really referenced Wildcat as dealing with Arrow. I mean, of course he was a major part of Black Canaries. Like,
well, that's what it's going to play into. He's going to be training Floral.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where they tie it in. So I'm excited for that. They didn't show that footage, obviously, but I'm very curious to see what they do with that. And the way they're playing Ray Palmer as coming in to take over Queen Industries. I thought that was really clever. So.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to actually that the people who are writing Arrow are gonna be doing the Green Arrow comic books. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I like Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino's run on Green Arrow because it was like really awesome. But after seeing like the trailer of season 3, I'm looking for very positive things for their team to input that in the Green Arrow comic book, and feeling the same way I do as I do right now. So it's going to be something exciting to look forward to reading.
Yeah, I haven't been reading Green Arrow.
You should.
I know. I really enjoyed the Villains Month issue they did last year.
Oh, Count Vertigo.
Yeah. So I know I'd probably enjoyed the series from that point on, but I'm definitely going to pick it up when the new team comes off, because I'm sure that's a jumping on point. And
yeah.
So.
They should have Richard Dragon also, because I know Count Vertigo's story, but Richard Dragon would have been another good story. But you don't want to put too much in Villains Month, so I kind of understand that.
Right.
Well, and of course they're going to cross over with Flash.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Episode 8,
You know.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of building that universe up. So
Which is cool. And
yeah, definite positives.
yeah, I can't wait for both of these. I'm just so excited.
Are they going to be on the same night, or they're going to be different nights?
Different nights.
No,
They're
they'd be
back to
different
back, actually. Tuesdays and let's see.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I know
Yeah,
Arrow.
Arrow's going to keep its Wednesday, and then Flash is going to be Tuesday.
Yeah. Arrow's moving to 9 p.m. It was at 8 p.m. I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's moving to 9 p.m. on Wednesday, but Flash is going to be on Tuesday. Yeah. So
I wonder what they're going to have as a lead-in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
And I was just saying, I'm also looking forward to seeing Constantine when that comes on the air.
Yeah.
Which I hope will be better than the comic book.
Yeah, you weren't too much of a fan of that.
After the whole thing of I know this now, I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's just not getting my interest anymore. Plus, he's in Justice League Dark, so why not? It's not a loss to me.
Oh, there was news on that, too, by the way.
Okay.
What?
On Justice League Dark?
Yeah, on Justice League Dark. Not major news, but Guillermo del Toro did say that he is going to keep it separate for now. So it's not going to be eventually it'll be part of the larger DC cinematic universe, but for now it's going to be its own separate little entity.
Alright.
I was incorrect. Arrow is not moving to 9 p.m.
Oh,
unless this is an old article. Let me see the date on this. This was from June, so a couple months old. They may have changed it by now, but according to this, Tuesday is going to be the Flash at 8, and it'll be followed by Supernatural. And then on Wednesday, Arrow at 8, and for at least the first couple weeks, they're just going to encore the Flash.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's a new series coming towards the end of October called The 100 that's going to come on after Arrow.
Wait, the 100? That's been on.
Maybe this was from last year. No, that's 2014. Maybe they debuted that early and they've changed this all since then.
Yeah, the 100's been on for a while.
It's season premiere. Season premiere, not series.
Okay. Yeah, it's these kids. My wife watches it. It's these kids. They were all born on a space station, but Earth was uninhabitable or something, and but now it is inhabitable, and they sent 100 of the prisoners down to the planet.
Okay.
And there are people living there already who do not like the intrusion of these people and have been slowly killing them off in various ways. And the remaining people are fighting back. And I think last time I saw it, the space station's actually about ready to come down.
Okay.
Because the space station was on the verge of coming down anyway.
Gotcha.
So that's another reason they sent a lot of these people out.
Right.
But now the thing is degraded to the point where it's about to crash into the planet. So.
Okay. So yeah,
it does sound interesting.
Yeah, it does. So evidently, it's getting a later season premiere than the other shows.
Yeah.
So
it's got a young cast, so
so
typical CW.
Yeah. So it'll be following Arrow eventually. So yeah, we get Flash Arrow. Yeah,
that'll be a solid night for them actually.
And it's cool. I mean, you think about it. You've got DC shows on every night except for Thursday now. You're gonna have Gotham on Monday, Flash on Tuesday, Arrow on Wednesday, and then Constantine on Friday. So
you can find something for Thursday.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll come up with something by the next season. Alright, so moving on to some Marvel comics that were announced at San Diego Comic-Con. First we get Angela, Asgard's Assassin. Anybody excited about this at all?
Whoopee.
Not much, kinda.
It's co-written by Kieran Gillen, by the way.
Yeah.
Did Chris step away for a minute?
No,
he's right.
Okay.
No, he just has no opinion on this, apparently.
He hates Kieran Gillen. Yeah. But it is interesting. They're introducing like this sassy sidekick for her.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Why does she need a sassy sidekick?
Because it's Kieran Gillen!
Why don't you give her like a funny animal or something?
Yeah.
She'll probably end up being a lesbian by the end of the book.
What makes you think she's not already?
I can't remember the name of the character, but it's
maybe it's best. I don't know.
Yeah.
God, let me think. I mean, okay, what are they establishing as the 10th realm? Is the 10th realm supposed to be heaven?
Okay.
Or is the 10th realm supposed
Something
to be...
like that.
The 10th
or is the 10th...
Yeah, go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, is it supposed to be heaven, or is it supposed to be the... whatever universe she came out of?
It's the universe that she came out of, but she was raised by angels.
Yeah.
So it kind of...
It's like heaven, but it isn't heaven when you die.
Okay.
Right.
See, I was worried that Spawn was going to cross over at some point.
No.
So if it was that,
No.
if that,
No.
that entire universe, or just the heaven part of that universe.
Yeah, just I think they're twisting it to meet their needs.
Right. So they can say it's...
or Spawn or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they can essentially say it's... They could say it's Marvel heaven, and just that she was there.
They could.
Right.
Instead of Todd McFarlane heaven.
Yeah.
Right. Because the hell is run by Hela.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's that's Norse mythology there. So
True.
they could say, well, then not heaven. It would have to be, she'd have to be from Valhalla.
Yeah.
If we're going to stick it with Norse mythology, but then that wouldn't be its own realm.
Right.
Because Valhalla was always part of the Asgard realm.
Yeah, so I don't know. The way,
I'm confused already.
I know. The way I understand it is there was some kind of ancient war between the angels and the Asgardians, and the two races from the two realms hate each other. And Angela is technically Asgardian because she's Odin's daughter, but she was raised by the angels. So now this whole series is supposed to be her identity crisis kind of thing. She's trying to figure out who she is, what side she's on, and all this stuff. So.
Yeah, see, it's weird because even the name is deceptive.
Yeah.
Because, they say she's Asgard's assassin.
Mm-hmm.
But she hates Asgard.
Right.
So is she Asgard's assassin, or is she the assassin of Asgard?
And that was actually asked during the panel. And the writers, or maybe it was during an interview on Marvel, but either way, I read this. And the writers said that they are definitely going to be playing with that, and it was on purpose that the name was left vague like that.
Oh, wonderful.
So, we don't know. And, I should mention also, there is a secondary story in every issue.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, and it's by...
That'll bump the price up.
Yeah, it's by a completely different artist. And it's this secondary character, her sidekick, telling basically Angela's history in a 5-page short thing throughout each issue. Yeah.
Why is that necessary?
Money.
I don't.
So they're basically doing it like when they did when they were doing the whole Blackest Night thing, where you had Scar in the book.
Yeah.
Talking about the history of, whatever thing we were talking about.
Yeah,
that particular day. That sounds like it.
Yeah, something like that. So it's interesting. And they also say that they're not saying whether or not she is the new female Thor. I don't think she will, because it says Odin doesn't know this character. But
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either, for a variety of reasons. One, because they have her standing there next to the new female Thor in the one preview image we saw.
Right.
Secondly, I'm kind of, even though they said Odin didn't know this person, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if it's Sif.
Okay. I wouldn't mind that, actually.
Yeah. The only other thing I could think of is if Odin implants godhood on Jane Foster.
Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't just be Valkyrie, though.
It would make sense to be Valkyrie, but where is she? Isn't she doing something else right now?
I don't know.
And she tied up in some other mess right now.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, last I saw Valkyrie, she was with the Fearless Defenders.
Right, and that got canceled, so. What did you say, Mike?
I said it could be possible that she might be trapped with other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We already knew the big announcements about the Cap, Thor, and Iron Man beforehand, so we know we're getting Superior Iron Man.
Very bad thing to do right before San Diego.
Yeah, they blew all the 3 biggest announcements right before the con.
Yeah, which that made no sense.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, classically, this has been, the reason to do San Diego is for the big announcement. You hold all your big stories until then.
Mm-hmm.
Why let it all go out a week before?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the surprise and everything.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It essentially made San Diego, in a lot of ways, a non-issue sort of thing, that there wasn't any news that really zapped anybody.
Right.
I mean, we made the joke while we were doing our San Diego coverage that the big news of the con was Wonder Woman's outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was kind of funny. Another website, they put up a poll of the biggest announcements, and that's the one that won, was Wonder Woman's costume. And I was like, it's cool. That's awesome, but...
Yeah, but...
That's your biggest news of the entire con? That's kind of sad.
That is kind of. I mean, the costume looks really amazing and all that, along with the actress and all that for the cameo and all, but...
Yeah.
It should be something bigger and major that, jumps out at you saying, oh my god, this is awesome,
Exactly. I agree.
And honestly, San Diego really lacked the
wow.
Oh my god, this is awesome thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. This year, I walked away from San Diego Comic-Con going, I knew everything that they announced. Or whatever they announced was good or okay, but nothing wowed me. Nothing felt like, okay, this is the major comic convention where shit's going to hit the fan, things are going to get real, and we're going to get some major surprise announcements. We got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, there's always New York Comic Con.
I'm scared that's what they're doing. They're going to leave a lot of stuff out for New York Comic Con, and that's going to draw a huge crowd.
Yeah. Which is quite possible. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm just saying there's always a huge crowd in any con now.
No, but it's going to draw a bigger one.
No, an even bigger crowd, yeah.
They're going to rival. I mean, they already rival San Diego, but they might, overtake.
It very well might.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there for Comic Related. Everybody else will be there for Comic Frontline.
Yep.
So it'll be covered in person, unlike San Diego, so there should be more news and more interviews.
Yeah, Chet Moore will also be there for CR as well to help you out, at least for a couple of days.
Yep.
Right. John?
Well, he'll probably be
Indeed,
there
but
days
there is no table.
Yeah, no
by the
table,
way.
but he's going to be walking around, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll be around, doing his thing, as it were. Not only for CR, but also his various comic conventions.
Yeah. Derby Queen Cavalcade. There we go.
Yeah, Derby
Overall.
Queen Cavalcade.
Hopefully we'll get a table back at some point, because the table was definitely beneficial. Last year, at least it was.
Absolutely.
They actually, I think New York has really tightened up a lot of stuff,
They have.
so, and, in all honesty, we haven't covered them as heavily as some other conventions in the past, so we,
I wouldn't say we haven't covered them. as
Well,
heavily.
we covered them, but,
I'd say our presence in the past year or two probably wasn't as.
right, our presence wasn't felt as
Yeah.
much as it was in the past
Yeah,
years.
I'm now getting an echo. That's weird.
Yeah, which is weird. Because usually the echo people aren't,
Is it me? Maybe? Do I have to...
maybe, I don't know, the people that echo aren't here.
Yeah,
usually,
exactly.
right now,
I
so.
don't know.
Hello, whatever that was.
Well, how about now? Is it echoing?
Let's see.
We're on a plane.
Hello. Hello. No, it's
Yes,
gone
it
now.
echoed for me.
Oh, it did. It's gone for me now. That's
Okay,
weird.
well, don't worry about it then.
Yeah, I'm using headphones, so it ain't me.
Me too.
Well,
I'll
there
try
you
to
go.
load it, guys, and see.
But moving on, another new series that was announced is Captain America and the Mighty Avengers, which is the Avengers series featuring Falcon Cap taking the lead. What I thought was interesting about this, actually, there's two things I found interesting about this, and I'll see what you guys think. One is on the cover of Captain America and Mighty Avengers, it's all basically silhouettes, but you can tell who most of the characters are. But there are certain characters missing from that Avengers teaser that we got, which kind of leads me to believe that we're getting 2 Avengers series, and they just haven't announced the second one yet.
That's highly possible.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if one of those might be West Coast, because Iron Man, I don't think, is on this cover, and he's moving to San Francisco. So I'm kind of hoping that we're going to get a West Coast Avengers.
That'd be cool, and it is about time.
Mm-hmm.
It has been about 15, 20 years since we had a West Coast Avengers, so if for no other reason than to keep that old copyright
exactly,
it's
I wouldn't mind that. I just hope we don't keep Avengers and New Avengers on top of it.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah. What do you guys, Chris, what do you think about that?
I hope it's the West Coast Avengers because I would love to read a West Coast. And a lot of the heroes are moving to we were talking about this on the live show. A lot of the heroes are moving to California.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Iron Man, Punisher's now there, but he's not an Avenger. I mean, how hard could it be for other characters who can literally zip across the United States in less than a second to do the same?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, honestly, I hope they do is steer away from the problem they had with the previous West Coast Avengers, which was they were only West Coast Avengers part of the time.
Yeah.
They would constantly fly back to New York to do stuff or interact with the New York team for one reason or another. It's like, let them be West Coast.
Right.
Let them deal specifically with those issues and those problems. I mean, there was a couple of times when they were doing the Runaways series that the villains would go, well, hey, there's no heroes out here, so it's easy pickings, except for Wonder Man, and he doesn't count.
Yeah.
So, having that presence in the West Coast will not only make the villains seem less dumb, that they would all strike New York when they know you've got 5 or 6 teams living there. But it would also, shine a light on that part of the country, because right now, really, the only other people that are out there are the X-Men.
Yeah. And looking at this team, then I'll get to the second thing that kind of is interesting to me. Looking at this team, we've got Luke Cage. I think both Luke Cages, the Luke Cage and the Power Man guy. Jessica Jones, the Vision.
Of course.
Spectrum, I think, is what she's going by now.
Spectrum.
What's her name? Used to be. Chris, help me.
Blade?
Wait, Jocasta?
No. She used to be Captain Marvel, Photon.
Monica Rambeau.
Yes. I think she goes by Spectrum now.
Spectrum now. Okay, that girl can't keep a name.
Yeah, and Spider-Man is on this team.
Spider-Man
and
is on the West Coast team.
Well, he's on Captain America and Mighty Avengers. I don't know where they're based, but probably still in New York.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Probably they'll be in New York, yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man wouldn't work as a West Coast hero.
So basically, it sounds like Captain America is just joining the Mighty Avengers title, and they're just kind of relaunching it.
Maybe.
Because it's got Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, all those characters in it already. So that still leaves like Iron Man and Angela and all those that we saw in that teaser for the other team, Medusa and all that. And I could easily see those as a West Coast team.
Yeah, if kind of as a slight addition to that, if you look over at the art for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or just S.H.I.E.L.D., or whatever, you do have Cap, Thing, Storm, Thor, and Spider-Man there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that leads me to believe that this is going to be or at least these 5 here, are going to be New York.
Yeah.
Going to be the East Coast team.
Right.
Because, they're going to interact with S.H.I.E.L.D., which I assume is going to stay on the East Coast.
I would assume, yeah.
And
now,
so the Inhumans are based in New York now also.
Right. Now, I don't know what this little monkey thing is down here, but we'll deal with that later.
Is that Hit Monkey, maybe?
No, it looks like a lemur or something. Do you have the art near you anywhere?
Yeah.
It looks like some sort of frickin' lemur. You want to bet that they're gonna make some goofy little thing for either Fitz or Simmons to, like their little pet or something. Maybe that's what that's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I have no idea what the heck that is, but I mean, you don't even see Fitz or Simmons on this. You've got Coulson, obviously, May. You got Skye back there behind May.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who these other 2 random S.H.I.E.L.D. people are supposed to be.
Right.
I mean, that could be Fitz over on the far left with the hair.
With the monkey? Yeah.
With the monkey near him?
Possibly.
Yeah. But that's not Simmons over here in the full S.H.I.E.L.D. body outfit.
No, that could be Maria
That could
Hill.
be Quake or Maria Hill.
Yeah.
It could be Maria Hill, you're right.
Well, no, she has short hair in the comics, though.
Yeah, it could be Quake. If they're going to let her come off of Nick Fury's old detachment or whatever.
I don't know.
So I don't know. It would work if it was Quake, actually, because not only could she be, S.H.I.E.L.D., but she could also be an Avenger.
Yeah. Which, I'll go back to Cap in a minute because it's actually for a different series I wanted to mention anyway. But speaking of S.H.I.E.L.D., regardless who that is, I'm excited for the series.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, it's the characters from the TV show, they're comic versions, so it's in continuity with the rest of the Marvel Universe, which I think is really cool because we're going to see a completely different take, no limits, see what they can do with these characters within the 616 universe by Mark Waid, no less.
Yeah, indeed. I just can't wait to see May just scare the crap out of a superhero.
Yeah. Now, Chris and Mike, I know you guys don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but what do you think about this book coming out?
I'm going to give it a try. I'm not going to be watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. until I catch up, but I'm going to give the book itself a try.
Mm-hmm.
I think the book is going to be interesting in some ways. I mean, like, they don't really follow what happens on TV. Like, they want to just make it a little bit differently, like how they do in other comic books from that. It's an interesting try to see as a series and something to look forward to.
Yeah, I with Mark Waid writing it, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm there.
That's why I'm there also.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, we also got a couple of Spider-Verse things. Oh, well, let me touch on the Cap thing. In all new Captain America, which is also featuring Falcon Cap, he's getting a sidekick too, and it's going to be the kid that Cap raised during that Dimension Z storyline.
Oh, good.
Oh, who didn't see that guy coming back?
What was his name? Ian or something like that?
Ian.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to be kind of Falcon's
Bucky.
Bucky.
Be his Bucky?
Exactly.
Is he going to put him in a costume and stuff? Or?
I don't know. But he's trained by Steve Rogers, so probably.
Man, well, they're going to have to give him wings because Falcon's, at least at first, going to retain his wings.
Yeah. Unless he's
so they're going to have to give Bucky wings.
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
So I don't know. It's interesting though. It's
the whole thing is weird, so is Thor. That's another weird thing, but
yeah,
I don't read either title, so it doesn't impact me in any way.
Iron Man's all silver costume is weird to me too.
Yeah.
That I'm giving a chance because Gillen killed the Iron Man.
True. And
he looks like a surfer reject, though.
He does. I don't like the costume. I hate it, or the armor rather. It looks feminine to me. I don't know why. It just does. It could just be the artist, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If it's not just the artist, that it's got to be Pepper.
But
in there.
I don't think it is. I think it's Stark.
I think it's Stark
no.
too, but they just made it look so feminine. I mean,
I don't think it's Arno either, Chris. I think it's
Yeah.
Tony.
Really?
I mean, it obviously doesn't have, the costume obviously doesn't have breasts, which which the rescue costume did.
Right.
But then again, she's worn a costume before that had a male
True.
visage to it. So, you know, when they were doing the Armor Legion thing.
Right.
So, it's really hard to say, but it's the head and the hips and the way the hips are kind of slung back that gives me that idea of a female character inside there. And of course that would freak the fanboys out if there were 5 women on one team, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be Tony because they talk about how he's reverted back to his, you know, fun-loving partying self. And,
oh, boy.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
You know, that honestly, that leaves the team without a leader then, too.
Yeah.
Because Tony would be the oldest character here. I mean, you've got a new Ant-Man, you've got, Angela, who knows.
Yeah.
You got a new Cap and a new Thor.
Unless
You've
Medusa
got-
leads.
Well, Medusa, yeah, but Medusa knows how to be a queen, not a leader into battle.
Right.
And then, you know, you've got new Deathlock over here, who really doesn't belong on the Avengers regardless.
Exactly.
And, Bucky, who's, if he's still in Winter Soldier mode, really can't lead. So, you've created a team where your really only viable leader is Doctor Strange, and also not exactly a team leader type.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, this is our West Coast Avengers, and they're going to blow the West Coast off the map.
Yeah. Speaking of Deathlock, he does get his own series on top of all that.
That's because of the popularity from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, Deathlock made an appearance recently in the All New Invaders.
Did he?
Yeah, at the very end of the page.
Oh,
The Michael Richards Deathlock, or the Richards son Deathlock, or whatever?
It was a Deathlock army, basically.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I believe it was issue 8. Let me check.
Yeah, it was last week's issue.
Probably 8, then. That sounds right.
Interesting.
It was issue 8.
Okay.
Just had to go check and make sure.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's Nathan Edmondson writing it. I told Chris this the other night, I think. He writes the current Punisher and Black Widow series, and I like both of those. So I'll try out the first issue, see if it's any.
Yeah. I'll try it out and see. It's my other concern is you got 2 characters with guns here.
True, on the Avengers.
Yeah,
On the Avengers. That's not generally an Avengers kind of thing.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you know, even when they were doing New Avengers, Bucky very, very rarely pulled his gun out.
Yeah.
Because Captain America would be furious about it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So I don't know how that's all going to work. It's weird. They're changing things all over
Yes,
it
it's
again.
changing.
Yep,
It's
not
changing too quickly for us old fogies.
Yeah. It's only been a year and a half since they changed everything the last time, though.
I know.
Every 5 months.
Yeah.
Every 5 months. Like clockwork.
Heading over to the Spider Corner of the Marvel Universe, a few interesting things were announced for Spider-Verse and the whole Spider Corner. We're getting 2 miniseries, Scarlet Spiders and Spider-Verse Team Up. I'm excited for both of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Spider-Verse Team Up, I can be with you on.
Okay.
I really don't understand why they're trying to keep this Scarlet Spider franchise alive.
I love the Scarlet Spider. I love Ben Reilly. I want to see Ben Reilly come back. So
Do you think he's going to come back, though?
He is back.
Okay,
it's just an alternate universe version of him. It's not the 616, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's one, but it's Scarlet Spiders.
Yeah,
multiple Scarlet Spiders.
You've got Kane, who is in the 616. He's the current Scarlet Spider. So he's going to be in there, and then you've got the Ultimate Universe Scarlet Spider.
Oy vey.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
It was bad enough when they were trying to, push the whole thing through Civil War and all that.
Chris, tell him who the Ultimate Scarlet Spider is.
It's Parker, isn't it?
Nope.
No? Who?
No, I can't do it. You tell him. I can't do it.
All right. Jessica Drew.
Oh, good lord.
You want to tell him the rest of it?
Goofy armored costume?
You want to tell him the rest of it? Chris?
About the Black Widow part?
Well, who Jessica Drew is in the Ultimate Universe, basically.
I forget who she actually is. Is she the clone?
Yeah, I think so.
She's a clone of Peter Parker, one of 5.
Jessica Drew is a clone of Peter Parker.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, was there no Jessica Drew here before?
Nope.
Okay.
There you go.
She's a clone of Peter Parker because they were trying to clone a Peter Parker.
Well, yeah.
But didn't successfully do it, so they made like 8 different clones, and she was the only one that actually survived.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course those clones are going to pop up at some point, aren't they?
No, they died. They died.
They said they died,
yeah.
but
in the Ultimate Universe, she no longer goes by that. She goes by Black Widow. So Jessica Drew is Black Widow, but she's a clone of Peter Parker.
So there's no Natasha Romanoff in this alternate universe.
She died.
She died.
She died. Of course she died.
You thought your head was spinning with 616?
John, let me put it this way. This time next year, if even that, there is not going to be an Ultimate Universe.
Thank whatever God you believe in.
Oh, but Spider-Verse team up, we'll jump to that. We're going to see Spider-Man Noir pop up in that, and some various other Spider characters. Spider-Man 2099 is going to be in there. That's the one Mayday Parker's into, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, in this Spider peoples from all the different universes pop up at some point or another and team up.
Yeah, because it's this is all part of Spider-Verse, which is what that is. Yeah, it's all various.
Wow.
So it's interesting.
Remember when there was just one Spider-Man that you only had to deal with?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
they're all changed now.
Yeah. Speaking of Jessica Drew, though, the 616 version.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah. No, Spider-Woman is getting her own series, and actually Silk, who I don't know if you know who Silk is, John.
No clue who Silk is.
I'll fill you in. But Silk is going to be kind of her. She's going to be mentoring Silk in this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's going to be taking over. She's going to be undercover. This is also a Spider-Verse team up or tie-in.
Wait, Brent.
Yeah.
Tell John who Silk is.
Okay, I was getting there. I just wanted to mention about this book. Dennis Hopeless, who does Avengers Arena and Avengers Undercover, is writing this book. He's comparing her to Cable in a way with her history and everything. So anyway, she's going to be undercover in Spider-Verse somehow. All right, Silk. Okay. Silk is the big secret that came out of Original Sin for Peter Parker.
Let me guess. Peter had a sister.
No. There was another person, a girl, who got bit by the same spider Peter did.
Okay.
At the same time.
At the same time, right after it bit Peter, it bit her. But Ezekiel, if you remember Ezekiel from the
remember Ezekiel, yeah.
Okay, Ezekiel has been keeping her in a bunker ever since.
Oh, good grief.
Because apparently she's the Spider Bride, and Moreland has been waiting for her to arise, and her coming out of the bunker, which in the latest issue of Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker released her. It kind of signaled Moreland to come after them again, and that's kind of what kicks off Spider-Verse. So.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, she has the same powers, except for she's faster, her spider sense is a little bit better, and she produces webs naturally like Peter did during the other.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell him if he read Amazing Spider-Man #4?
Why don't you go ahead and do that? Tell him what happened to Peter.
Yeah, Mike. Let's just kill John altogether. Right?
Well,
yeah, let's kill me off here.
4, John, if you've read it.
He didn't.
Okay, you didn't read it.
Not.
Okay, in the Amazing Spider-Man 4, at the very last page,
Apparently their spider senses got them all tingly, and
basically Silk made out with Spider-Man.
they should have just make out with Spider-Man. They did a full...
Yeah, they did that. So
Yeah, 15 minutes after they met, by the way.
Okay.
the schmorgity did the gagoogity. Let's just put it that way.
They were drawn
Thank
to
you.
each other chemically.
They were drawn to each other chemically. That's very nice. That's a very nice.
I love how John is
I
taking
like
this
that.
all in its stride.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I dropped the spider books before.
But in Pete's defense, he's still stronger than her.
Yeah, he is stronger than her.
Well, you would hope.
Yeah.
But you would hope they'd at least give him one advantage.
Yeah.
But technically, if you missed out on that, yeah, that's what happened.
Yep.
Wow,
That's
okay.
four.
So that's what kicks off your Spider-Verse.
That's what kicks off your Spider-Verse. Okay. And he
That's
still
what
has
kicks
time
me
to be in the
Spider-Verse.
Avengers with all this going on?
Yeah, or that's what kicks me in the Spider-Verse, John.
Wow.
And Axe has two of his villains, Hobgoblin and Carnage. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, they're getting one-shots.
That definitely kicked me in my
Or
Spider-Verse,
Not
definitely.
one-shots, but miniseries. Yeah, moving on to some other Marvel stuff. Star Wars comics coming to Marvel, as we all knew.
Yep.
But
I'm excited for 2 out of the 3.
yeah, and I know, John, you're excited for the Leia one because Mark Waid's writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Aaron is writing the main Star Wars series, so that's cool. That's awesome. He's a really good writer too, and it's art by Don Cassaday, who's a really good artist as well. So. And Darth Vader by Kieran Gillen, who's doing the Angel Arts. So there you go.
That's all you have to say,
Darth
Brand.
Vader's gay brother Garth is coming to town.
It's like saying it like God.
John, that's how you'll know Kieran Gillen. He wrote Young Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Wait, the reboot Young Avengers or the original?
The reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the problem.
Exactly.
There's the problem.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the one doing Angela and Darth Vader.
Okay.
That tells you all you need to know.
Books to boy.
because it's a mini-series, I might swallow my pride and buy it.
Well, you buy the
We
first
should
issue,
walk
it's
on
Darth
that.
Vader. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, it'll probably be it'll probably carry through the story, so
yeah.
you'll almost probably need to buy it if you want to,
Yeah.
So he should.
One thing I'm glad Marvel's doing, and I'm sure Brant you'll agree, is they're not completely ignoring what Dark Horse did, because Dark Horse right now, the Star Wars title, takes place between episode 4 and 5, and so does the Marvel one when it starts in January again. So it looks, now of course they're not going to reference stuff that happened in Dark Horse, but it looks like they're following the same path that Dark Horse was following for the main series.
And to clarify that for our listeners that aren't familiar with the distinctions of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 for the movies, it takes place between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure everybody knew that. I just wanted to clarify.
I like that Marvel's going to examine Luke's journey to becoming a Jedi. I just hope they don't screw up, and I really don't like the premonition they're giving us in October. They're like, hey, before we give you our Star Wars book, let us show you the shittiest stories we've ever done for Star Wars. So whenever we go bad on Star Wars, you can look back and say, okay, well, that was worse.
Yeah, I don't.
With
Probably
you
don't.
on that one.
Yeah, you probably don't know that, John. In October solicits, Marvel is releasing an omnibus hardcover of 44 issues of their 1970s Star Wars. John?
John?
We killed John.
Oh my God! Did we really kill John?
He dropped off the phone. Oh man, let me try to add him back. That's
He
funny.
didn't drop off. I still see him.
No, he dropped off mine.
Oh.
And this goes in the outtakes.
No, that's all. I don't edit Zone 4. Are you crazy?
Oh, he does that as well. What am I crazy?
Leave it all
Oh.
in.
There you go.
All right, I can't find his name on here either. Ah. I will message him as we continue to talk. But yeah, that omnibus Marvel is releasing is just ridiculous. But whatever.
I feel so bad. We killed John now. I mean, between Spider-Man and Star Wars.
See, what did I tell you, Chris? What did I tell you?
And I like Marvel a little bit more than what DC's doing. Well, not money-wise, but I like Marvel stories a little bit more than what DC's pulling for now lately.
And with their cancellations, don't forget, the ones that I'm reading.
Yeah. I will say this. We did get to see some preview pages, black and white, by Cassaday for the main series. I love it.
Yeah.
It looks very faithful to Harrison Ford's likeness and stuff.
Yes, which I was worried about too, and I'm glad they kept that.
Yeah. So, very excited about that. So, I still haven't heard from John. What's going on?
So, what's the...
So what about you, Brent? What's your take on the Star Wars? You really didn't give too much for it.
What do you mean I didn't give too much for it?
You didn't give, like, your opinion on it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, he had to take a bathroom break. Okay. I forgot to put that in the agenda. Now the world knows.
That's okay. I'm back now.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yay!
I was wondering what was going on because you completely dropped off my screen too. That was odd.
Oh, sorry. I shut off my mic and ran.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't write it in the agenda.
John was still here.
I was trying to talk to you too, and it was funny.
Okay, what were you talking to me about?
I was telling you that in October, Marvel's putting out an omnibus hardcover of their 1970s Star Wars run.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yo, you think that's cool? I think that's lame, but whatever.
The funny thing about the 70s Star Wars run is the first one came out before they knew what the movie was.
Yeah, it came out in 1977. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, they had a vague idea, but they didn't exactly know what, who the characters were, what the thing was going to be like. So I just think it'll be interesting to see, because I never saw the original. Or I saw a few bits of the original, but I never saw the whole run.
Right, yeah.
So, it might be interesting to see the screw-ups. It might be interesting to see the different ways they're going to go about dealing with things.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've read some of the issues. I don't know how. I think somebody I knew had them or something. Because, obviously, I was born in 77. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have a vague recollection of them, but I don't remember them that well.
I remember what I read I didn't like, but, yeah, whatever. But, yeah, you're right. That could be interesting to see their take on it, not really knowing, what the movie was about and the popularity that it was going to have.
Yeah, just the, the potential for different things. I mean, if you look, even if you look back at the early Drew Struzan thing for the first Star Wars, you'll notice Vader's lightsaber has a pommel at the end of it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And his mask is kind of more rounded and sort of almost looks lizardy rather than like a Nazi helmet.
Right.
Like it ended up looking. And just, these other little things that are going to make kind of the thing weird. And plus, the whole not knowing that Leia's his sister rather, that Luke's her brother.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting in seeing if they carry it even farther than the movies did.
Yeah.
So.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just thinking Star Wars, Marvel, bad. Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're too young to remember it, but that was the time that Marvel jumped on everything they could get their hands on.
Yeah.
I mean, that they jumped on stuff like Logan's Run. And the Logan's Run's book was horrible.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that they kind of, I guess a nice way to put it is censored it. So, it's like, it didn't even have the feel of the film.
I know they did, like in the early 80s, I remember A-Team, they did stuff like that.
Yeah. Stuff like that too. And I mean, that's a time that they were throwing everything they could against the wall to see what would stick. I mean, you know, they had the Godzilla comic, and then they had the robot comics that went with the Godzilla comic, and you know, just all the Shogun Warriors thing, and you know, just all these crazy books that were way out there. Plus, you know, this is the time period that Howard the Duck came out. So
very true. Yeah, and I think of all those things, I think G.I. Joe and Transformers were the ones that really stuck. Everything else was just kind of...
Everything else sort of fell by the wayside by the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm just glad IDW owns G.I. Joe and Transformers, and Marvel will never get their hands on those titles.
Oh, Marvel did fantastic with G.I. Joe.
Yeah, actually, that wasn't a bad G.I. Joe run.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't?
No,
it was pretty good, actually.
That was Larry Hammond. It's the same guy writing
that was Larry Hammond.
Real American Hero over at IDW.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that everything was bad out of Marvel.
No,
not everything.
He did the entire run of G.I. Joe there, and it was phenomenal. I love his G.I. Joe.
Transformers were bad, though, I'm sure.
I didn't read that much Transformers to make it.
Yeah, me either, honestly.
I only read a couple issues, so I don't really know. I know they tried to relaunch it with Generation 1 or something.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out.
Let's never reference that again.
Yeah. All right, moving on, because I know we're running out of time here. Quickly, I'll touch on a couple things. Batman Complete television series from 1966. We got the price on that. I think we got the release date, too, didn't we? Or no? I know we got the price.
66? No, it's November, I think.
Yeah, November 11th. I just found
it. Yeah.
The DVD set's 150. I can't remember the Blu-ray set.
Blu-ray is
270.
Yeah. For the limited edition, 200 for the DVD, according to this article anyway. And Batman the Complete first season, just the DVDs itself, $40. So
I think I'm just gonna wait for all 4 seasons to come out and buy them individually, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If they do it as all 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, it took them this long to do the first season.
Yeah,
so.
you know.
I'm not paying $200.
Well, that's only if you want the car and the cards and the comic and all that stuff.
Yeah. But this is for the complete series, though. This is the series, right?
Yeah, that is the series.
Yeah, that's the series is the 270 or whatever for the Blu-ray. That's the whole series.
How much is the DVD?
The DVD for the whole series is 200.
That's for the box set, though, isn't it? With all the extra stuff in it?
No, that's 270.
So just the CD by itself is 200. That's redunculous.
At least according to this article, this I don't know. I'll have to look up and make sure this is all accurate.
Yeah, we need to check that out, because that's ridiculous for 3 seasons of a series.
Yeah, but the
even
first,
Batman.
Yeah, the first season by itself is $40.
Okay. So they are doing them separately.
Yeah.
But wow.
Let's see.
Well, even if it's $40 a season, 4, 8, 12, that's 120. Are you sure it's 200?
I'm looking up to verify somewhere else.
Amazon.
I got another article up. That does not tell price. No, that doesn't tell price. Yeah. Let's see. Just keep talking about it. I'll find it.
Let's keep complaining about it.
Let's keep complaining about how stupid it is that the collector's edition is just trading cards, a Hot Wheels car, and 2 books.
All right, I got it. Batman Complete Series DVD via Amazon. List price is $199.70.
Wow.
Actual price on Amazon through Prime of $149.96.
Told you.
Still, wow.
But still, I mean, that's not for the whole collection. That's just
that's
DVDs.
just for the DVDs. That is crazy.
Yeah. I will not buy it. Sorry. So Batman 66 was not worth that amount of money.
So I'd say it's still, it's. I found the Blu-ray limited series on Amazon. It's $189.96 for the whole thing. List price.
What they got is holy flying jumping beans.
Yeah, exactly. List price $269.97.
Yeah, you know what? IFC is playing it every day these days.
Exactly.
So go watch it over on IFC for nothing.
Or you can watch it on the Hub Network.
Yeah. I could see, avid fans of this. I'm not big enough fan to spend that kind of money for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little much. I mean, for something that's basically a novelty, the way that is. I mean, I know there are people out there that swear by that Batman and nothing else, but yeah, I couldn't justify that kind of money just for the DVDs.
Right.
Now, if it's a whole box set, I might consider it, it'd be one of those things that you never open and hold for 20 years or something like that, but still, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, that's too rich for my blood, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed.
Way too rich for mine. I when I found the price, I said, well, I guess I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like I said, if I really need to see 66 Batman that badly, I'll head over to IFC. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube,
Yeah, exactly. Staying in the DC, and this article is actually incorrect, but I'll mention it anyway. Bruce Timm returns to DC animation. That part is correct, which is very exciting. We're all big Bruce Timm.
Yes, indeed.
Batman fans, definitely. Just fans of his in general when it comes to animation. This particular article says that his new movie, which is Justice League Gods and Monsters, is based on the comic. It is not. It is.
No, that's original. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually original. There was a comic, JLA Gods and Monsters or whatever.
Uh-huh.
This is completely different, completely original film that he's doing. So I don't think. Did we get a release date for that?
Not that I've seen. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Throne of Atlantis, I know, is after Arkham Assault.
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm thinking 2016. Probably.
Something like that. And
No. It could be 2015. There's 2 movies a year.
I know, but there's four other movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2016 for that. I think they might be having Batman versus Robin. It's supposed to be due out next summer, so that's 2015.
Yeah.
Which I've read elsewhere that they may not even come to blows actually. So.
Right. So.
Plus, that's supposed to be connected to Quarter Valve.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
So I don't know. I don't think they've released the actual schedule for them.
No,
All we know is that of the next 4 animated features, one of them is going to be this original Bruce Timm, Justice League Gods and Monsters, which is awesome.
Which is great, because essentially Bruce Timm has been DC animation since Batman the Animated Series and before.
Yeah, until these last
until the last
movies.
couple, and you've seen how these last 2 or 3 movies have suffered for his absence. Let's put it that way.
For the most part, yeah, yes, definitely. So, yeah, very excited about that news. Don't know what that means. Don't assume, everybody out there, that he's coming back and doing it full time, because that's probably not going to happen. But
unless they make him like a vice president of something.
Yeah. But still cool news.
Oh yeah, very cool.
All right, moving on real quickly. Actually, I'm going to skip that one for a second.
Yeah, that one's not a biggie.
Well, no, there's...
It's big-ish, but it's not...
There's some cool stuff in there. King Kong. New King Kong movie, Skull Island.
Yay.
Coming. I know John's excited. November 4th, 2016, Legendary Pictures. This is the only thing that makes me hesitant, John. Same production company that did Godzilla, so...
Yeah.
Well, the same production company that did Godzilla is doing Godzilla 2.
True, and they also did Pacific Rim.
Yeah, which is kind of odd because, like I said before the show, I saw Godzilla, wasn't impressed. Pacific Rim was a better monster movie than Godzilla ended up being.
True.
Even as bad as Pacific Rim was, it was a better monster movie than that. The thing that's got me a little concerned is the fact it's a prequel. Because, they're getting into the origins of King Kong and all that stuff. And
I don't know if that's something you really want to touch.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something we need to know. If you start defining the monster, he becomes less of a monster. So
exactly.
I don't need to see King Kong as a baby. I need to see him, climbing up buildings and squashing people.
Or we could have a movie, Godzilla versus King Kong.
I think they're leading up to that.
Let's not go into that so fast. Let's make sure we can see the monster fight this time first.
Yeah, I think, they've already, not to cut you off, John, but they've already teased Mothra and a couple of other monsters. I think they're leading up to that. They're going to go...
3 other monsters.
Yeah, I think they're going to go Godzilla versus, and then kind of lead into try to build up King Kong franchise again and try to, if they're all successful, and have them collide eventually.
Yeah, I honestly think that's where they're heading because of this, because of the fact the same production company, because of the fact that they're already planning on a Godzilla 2.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just very
I don't think there's any way around it.
Yeah. Agreed.
I agree. I'm very upset with Godzilla because, when you go into a Godzilla movie, you're expecting a monster fight, and with Godzilla, all you got was, look, they're going to fight. As John said before the podcast, door closes, elevator goes down, the fat woman gets in the way of the camera. It just happens, and you don't get to see anything.
Yeah. And a lot of it happened at night. That was my biggest thing. The thing with Godzilla, the thing put out in the EMP, all the lights went out. I'll buy that, but there is such a thing as moonlight and starlight. Dark is rarely ever completely dark, and this movie was completely dark.
Yeah,
that's what I had issues with.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I have with, one of the very, very many problems I have with the Ang Lee Hulk movie. All the fight scenes were in the dark, and you couldn't see anything.
And Gamma Dogs, but,
like I said, many problems.
Many.
But yeah, so, I actually like the Peter Jackson film.
Me too.
Film. Yeah, so, I don't know, they're going to have to really impress me.
We shall see.
Yeah. Speaking of Legendary, just a quick sidetrack, because I'm probably the only one that really cares here. World of Warcraft movie, Warcraft, they do have a date, March 11th, 2016. They showed the logo treatment. That's all they showed us, but still, I'm excited for it. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't think that they would make a movie. That's kind of...
It's going to be the origin of how it fell into chaos, how World of Warcraft, it's like an origin story for World of Warcraft.
Oh, well, if it's that way, then that's a cool way to put it. So.
Yeah, so that's what they did say that at the panel, so I was kind of excited about that.
Yeah, we got to explain what the game never bothered to. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and the last story I had, and anything you guys want to bring up after that, because I know John's going to go very shortly.
Indeed.
I
already had a phone flashed in front of my face.
All eyes on IDW. Just wanted to mention this briefly. Some of this we knew beforehand, so we won't retread that. A couple of new books that we did get announced. Garbage Pail Kids.
Yay!
In honor of their 30th anniversary.
Everyone's waiting for those.
What I have to joke, though, they made a special character for this book, for this cover, in honor of Comic-Con, and they called him Comic-Con Ron. And it made me think of Ron Portier. So, Ron, you're immortalized in a Garbage Pail Kids.
There you go.
I remember watching that movie when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
No better. I used to like Garbage Pail Kids.
I had the cards at one point. I watched the movie, and then I came to my senses. But,
that's what happens. I came to my senses.
And you thought better of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, that they're picking up that. That's all I'll say. Galaxy Quest. They're doing a Galaxy Quest comic, which is interesting.
That should be fun, actually.
Yeah, it should be, if they keep it in the same tone.
If they can keep the spirit of the movie and everything, that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd actually like to read that.
Absolutely, I agree. Let's see, Transformers' new event going on that were very vague with the details. Chris and I talked about this on his podcast, so we won't go into that here, but it's Combiner Wars. Go listen to its podcast for details on that.
It's up now, literally, as we started recording this podcast, I put it live.
Yeah. So go to YouTube on Chris's channel and find it there. Corto Maltese, okay. I don't really care about that one. I don't know about anybody else. Mm-hmm. All right, Shadow Show. They're doing a 5-issue Shadow, which, okay. Another Shadow comic out there. I don't know. But it's written by Joe Hill, do Lock and Key, so that might be actually.
Well, there you go. So that alone should at least make it worth reading the one issue.
Exactly. Doing a new Dungeons & Dragons series, Legends of Baldur's Gate. The D&D fans might find interest in that. Two things. They're doing a partnership thing with Lionforge, where they are doing print editions of some of their digital comics, kind of like they did with Monkey Brain. But Lionforge has the Knight Rider franchise, so they're doing that, and Airwolf. So
interesting.
Yeah, and Comics Experience, they're teaming up with them to kind of discover new talent. It says starting later this year, IDW will bring these up-and-coming talents to the forefront of the comics world by bringing them to print. So that's interesting too.
Yes.
And last but not least, well, maybe it is least, I don't know. Joe Frankenstein by Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan. I don't know. It's
It's there.
Well, it is
well,
there.
You also have Planet of the Apes.
Yes, thank you.
And Star Trek, yeah.
Which is huge. That's actually
that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually, we were talking about that on the live show too. It kind of makes sense. It seems like, Star Trek could just land on the Planet of the Apes, one of these worlds that they're exploring. And
one of the some mirrorverse cross time whatever
John
sort of
found
thing.
what I found wrong with the whole crossover.
It's always a fun time when when everything goes askew in the Star Trek universe. So
yeah, so I think it'll be interesting. So
yeah, it should be.
Yeah, and we also have they announced beforehand, just to mention this because these were in October solicits, some of these. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters.
Oh my god, yes!
Another franchise mashup that I'm kind of looking forward to. I think it's going to be really fun. 4-issue miniseries.
It's going to be great, because that's just one of these comic style making that everybody's been waiting for so many years, and it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think we actually mentioned, John, on last week's Orphan Black and Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so we won't retread that either. All right. Any other news, briefly, that you guys wanted to talk about out of Comic-Con? Chris?
No, it was nice. The Batman 75th anniversary panel was nice. So was the Marvel 75th. The 75 years of Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay. The toys were really good, but we talked about that on It's a Podcast, so you guys can check it out there.
Yeah.
Really, that's all. We really touched on everything that really matters to me.
Okay. Mike, anything?
There was some great announcements that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. What?
We didn't mention WWE.
Well, I'm going to mention that, actually.
I thought so.
There was one comic that they did mention that I'm actually thinking of getting, which is called Legends. And Legends is a WWE-related comic book.
Yes.
Regular series.
In a regular series, and I did an article about this. And what I like about this comic book is that it's going to be like doing a dream matches, but it's not just fighting. It's just also like them going on like a secret mission with.
Right.
It's going to be like Secret Wars, but you got Piper and Daniel Bryan, teaming up with each other to find out mysteries and stuff like that. NWO and stuff. It's going to be something that I'm going to look forward to reading, and it's really great stuff. So it's really amazing how the past experiences and everything else that happened could bring that comic book to life. It was just an amazing interview.
Cool. And John, I know you need to go, so we will say our goodbyes to you, sir.
Sayonara. I'm off to see Guardians.
Yes.
Y'all have a good night.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
Have a nice flight.
All right. So John has tickets to Guardians of the Galaxy night. He had to go.
Now, see, if I had a movie theater that wasn't infested with bed bugs, I would be saying goodbye to you right now and heading online to the movie theater that's not even 10 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I will be seeing it Saturday, so I can hold out. But yeah, I'm excited for it too. So, that was one little throwaway piece of news we got. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 coming out July 28, 2017.
Yeah, look at that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Thank you, Marvel.
All right. No, it was already going to get... little tidbit. I checked on Facebook right now. 39 million already. Guardians of the Galaxy made.
Wow.
So,
it's not even the weekend yet.
It's not a far fetch.
Yeah. Awesome though. Very cool. All right, and I talked about all the stuff I wanted to talk about, so that's going to wrap up our San Diego Comic-Con discussion here on Zone 4.
Yep, and once again, congrats to 280 episodes.
Thank you. All right, so we will pause just for a second for a special note from Comic Geek Speak, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Hi, everybody. This is Brian Christman.
Shane Kelly.
Adam Murdo.
Matt.
Chris Eberly. Peter Rios.
And we're from the Comic Geek Speak podcast.
On May 2nd of this year, our friend and fellow podcaster, Jamie D'Alessandro, lost his battle with cancer.
In honor of Jamie, we are participating in a 5K and 10K race to raise money for the Livestrong Foundation, which provides support for people with cancer.
We will be taking part in the Team Livestrong Challenge, Philly, on Sunday, August 17th in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania.
We are collectively running
and walking
under the team name of Jamie's Avengers. If you'd like to join us in the event or make a donation to our team, go to livestrong.org and search for Jamie's Avengers.
Thank you all for your time, and
Jamie's Avengers Assemble!
All right, so we are back with you. We are back with you, and all we have left to do is go around the table and see what everybody has coming out and going on. And I will quickly speak for John and just say check out Comic Related, because that's probably all he'd say. Anyway, maybe he'd talk about his upcoming steampunk stuff, but I'm sure he'll fill you in on all his projects next week. So we will start then with Mike.
All right. So anything? Let's see. Well, nothing really like I could think of at the moment. As far as check us out on. Will you stop playing with that?
Sorry.
Just check us out on Brooklyn Boys 13. Got lots of videos there that we are planning, and there are a bunch of surprises there, as well as our individual channels, which also mine, Dude Rock 18. Summer, I can't even believe it's already August. I mean, we went through July like so quickly. Mm-hmm. It's really amazing how we're already.
Soon we're going to be
August.
getting ready for the holiday trilogy.
And yeah, the holiday trilogy: Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. But
and
also
Hanukkah.
New Year's and Hanukkah. But
and Kwanzaa.
I'm just saying what we celebrate. Yes, I know
it's a holiday menagerie.
I know, Brant. I'm just saying. I know the holidays that exist, but I'm just saying what we celebrate.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect the other holidays that we don't celebrate, but I'm just saying.
You do?
I believe in the other holidays.
Wait, you believe in the other holidays?
We're not getting into holidays.
All right, anyway, yeah. Why'd you get me in that? Beside the point, just check us out, subscribe to us, because you guys mean the world to us. Damn it, Chris, all the time.
I got you to talk about December already.
Just look forward to a lot of things coming out and everything else.
From now to December.
Just
all right,
go
Chris.
on. Do it.
Me, major announcement this weekend on Brooklyn Boys 13 pertaining to Epic Story, or Epic X, I should say, which Brant is co-helping us in the background, and also... I don't want to say co-writing because we didn't start writing yet.
I know, it's just funny, we're co-helping.
I know. I didn't know how to...
I'm partially helping.
He's helping. You're not partially, you're helping. And Brant's actually going to be the voice of one of the characters in the series as well, so...
I am the voice in your ears. Deal with it.
With an echo.
He hears voices in his head.
But this is going to be a major announcement this weekend on Brooklyn Boys. My podcast is back, which we've been talking about throughout the podcast tonight. Thank you, God. It's great to be back. My heavy schedule has, I overworked myself. I took on way more than I should have, and I just basically finished off last week everything I needed to, and now I'm getting back to a normal schedule, so that means back to Comic Frontline, back to other stuff. San Diego really was an awesome weekend, even though we didn't have a lot to, a lot of the wow factor, we did have a lot to report. We did a great job there. This weekend on my channel, I'll probably, like Brant said, he's going to be going to see the movie on Saturday, so maybe Sunday we'll do a morning stream or something. I do have a review I want to have Brant on, though, hopefully either tonight or, well, this is going on Friday, either last night, for those of you listening tonight, or tonight on Friday, a review of something. I don't want to spoil that, but it's big. It's a very early review, an early release. That's really about it for now, and then I'll be catching up on a lot of Comic Frontline posting from now until then.
Cool. Awesome.
And my story's being written as we speak still.
All right. And for me, man, I don't really have anything to talk about.
Really?
Check out Comic Related. Our San Diego Comic-Con hub is up there. We have, by the end of this weekend, probably 230, 240 stories between Comic Frontline and Comic Related. Check out the YouTube channels. We both, both on Comic Related and Comic Frontline, we did several videos for Comic-Con. Okay. And New Comic Day, just to give everybody an update, I don't know if it'll still be down at this point, but the site is down right now. It's an upgrade to the theme, and I haven't had time to get to it. I probably won't until later in the weekend. So this new strip this week should be up at least on Facebook or something by the time this goes live, hopefully.
This is killing me because I need to read my New Comic Day.
Yeah, I just got it this afternoon, so I haven't lettered it yet, or actually this evening. But I do have the this week's strip, so hopefully it'll be up soon. And I can't think of anything pressing that I really need to talk about right now. So I guess that's it for me this week. I will say, Hall of Toys. There is an announcement coming up on on the status of Hall of Toys, and Chris and I will actually be talking more about this whole thing very soon, and we'll let you know. We'll let you know when we're making the announcement on the next Hall of Toys. So be very cryptic, but we're making big plans for the show. So
yes, it's big plans for a big show.
Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah, and all the usual stuff I usually plug is still going on. Wannabes, I'm trying to get the details straight for that and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for more updates from me as I have stuff to announce. There we go. All right. So, since John had to leave us, I'm going to need a new translator, Chris.
A new translator. Mike, hand me my note, because Mike was looking at the note for the down thingy. Hold on.
Oh no, I'm gonna read it. But yeah, you do need.
No, I'm gonna read it. You're gonna Groot it.
No, I'm gonna speak it in Grootanese. And
Grootanese. That's
Grootanese. Chris is going to translate what I'm saying to you. All right, so we ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. I am Groot.
We'd like to thank the official band of Zone 4.
I am Groot.
Well, that's not nice to say.
I am Groot.
Okay, fine. Well, now that you're making sense, the Ray Wall Band and Society's Plague.
I am Groot.
That you hear on the show each and every week.
I am Groot.
Well, if you have to go to the bathroom, why don't you stop talking and go?
I'm Groot.
Fine, we'll finish it first.
I am Groot.
If you have any comments,
I am Groot.
Questions,
I am Groot.
Planting instructions,
I am Groot.
Extra soil,
I am Groot.
I am not asking for that on air.
I am Groot.
Fine. Any weed, really, Brand? Any weed killer?
I am Groot.
Why would you need that?
I am Groot.
I'm not saying that either.
I am Groot.
Or suggestions.
I am Groot.
For us.
I am Groot.
You could send Brent any flowering advice at brand@comicrelated.com.
I am Groot.
Also, he has a, what?
I'm Groot. I'm Groot. I'm Groot.
Oh, I'm sorry. He said if you'd like to date him, you could also mail him at that.
I'm Groot.
I'm not going to ask them to check you out at honkytonkmen.com.
I am Groot.
But you can send those to zone4 at comicrelated.com.
I'm Groot.
We are proud members.
I'm Groot. I'm Groot.
Well, no, you're a proud member of the Planters Society.
I am Groot.
Nope, that's yours too.
I'm Groot.
I'm not a florist either.
I am Groot.
Okay, that's it. The Comic Related Podcast Network.
I am Groot.
And as always,
I'm Groot.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Groot.
You are now leaving.
I am Groot.
The big honky tonk daddies.
I am Groot.
Zone 4.
I am Groot.
Good night, everybody.
I am Groot.
I'm not weeding you.
I am Groot.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm not watering you either.
I am Groot.
You're a root, that's what you are.
Go see Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend, everybody.
Here comes the Human Torch, flying up ahead. Member of the Fantastic Four, led by Mr. Fantastic.
And then there are people who go to see midnight releases of certain movies. And
Hey, this isn't even a midnight release. It's an 11 p.m. release.
Oh, no. It's not even you, John. I know you're seeing it. No, I have about 5 friends on my Facebook that are talking about it.
Nice.
Good night, everybody. And don't forget, while you do the thing with the... I don't know where I was going.
Yeah, I'm cutting that out.
Okay. Edit that out, yeah, please.
With the I Am Groots and everything, we'll catch you guys later, and thanks for having me on here once again, Brian.
All right, my pleasure. Thanks for being on.
Anytime.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
What the heck do you call those people that come to your house and cut your lawn?
Gardener?
Gardener!
This has been a Gonzo Goose production.